Okay, good morning, boys and girls. Today is Monday, March 30th, and we are going to start our week off with e-learning. So I know that before we left, before spring break, Miss Pikes did a lot of videos with Sophia, and I do plan to still upload some videos with Sophia. But this video is going to be a little bit longer because I want to go through some of our reading lessons and writing lessons, okay? And then we'll also do a separate video for our math lessons for today. Um, and I decided I wanted to make it a little bit more fun today. So I am dressed as a pink kitty because what else do I have to do but dress up as a pink kitty? All right. So what I want to start with, there's a couple of things, okay? So I'm going to share my screen because I want to be able to open a book up, okay, that we're going to read together. So I know you see other things on the screen right now, but I want to open up the book called Bake Sale, okay? And so the way I want our reading lesson to go is I'm going to read this book to you, and you can read along. It's a level F book. So for some of you, this is not a problem at all to read. And for others, this might be a little bit of a challenge. But that's okay because we're going to read it together, okay? The reason why I picked this book is because when we're done, I have a writing activity that I want us to do together. I'm going to show you how to do it so that then when you do your own reading later today, you know how to kind of look for some details with the characters, okay? That's going to be our focus today, looking at the characters. So the title of this book is called Bake Sale, okay? Now, right away, when we look at this book, do we think this is a fiction book or a nonfiction book? I'll give you a second to think about that. And then I think if you thought that this was a fiction book, you are 1,000% correct. One of the ways we can tell that it's fiction is look at our tree. The tree has hands and eyes and a nose. Do trees really have hands, eyes, and a nose? No, right? So this is how we're going to know that this is a fiction book, okay? So let's turn the page. Give me just, or let's go up, okay? There's a few words that we're going to go through in this book. So I want to go over them. One is bake sale, okay? The next is broken. Then we have fixed, tarts, treats, and upset. All right, so let's find out what's going on. And remember, our focus is going to be on the characters. Who is in this story? All right, so we'll start over here with page 3. One day, Mac and Tosh were reading, and Billy came along. Good morning, Billy, Tosh said. You look upset, Mac said. Sorry, that was my cat's tail. So as soon as we look at this first part, who do we think Mac is? Who do we think Tosh is? And who do we think Billy is? Okay, let's keep reading and I want you guys to think about this, all right? So now we'll move over to page 4. And Billy says, my bike is broken, Billy said. Oh no, Tosh replied. Any idea yet who's Billy and who's Tosh? All right, let's keep going. All right, page 5. So here they are. They're all talking, and Billy looks kind of sad. I don't have enough money to get it fixed, Billy sighed. Tosh said, Mac, we must help Billy fix his bike. Don't be upset, Billy. I have an idea, Mac said. Oh, do we know who Mac is now? I think we do. Mac's a tree. All right. We can have a bake sale, he added. Mac started making signs. Mac put up the signs all over town. Tosh started picking apples and baking. Tosh baked many yummy apple treats. People bought apple pies. People bought apple sauce. Ooh, do you like any apple treats? I like applesauce. People bought apple jams and people bought apple tarts. Soon, they had enough money for Billy to fix his bike. Thanks, Mac and Tosh, Billy said. Apples rule, he added. All right, and that was our story. That was a pretty cute story. So I'm going to close this book out in a second and open up a different screen, okay? But our focus is going to be on the characters. So we know that there were 3 characters in this book, right? There was Mac, there was Tosh, and there was Billy. Now, there were other people in the book, but they kind of weren't the main characters. So at this point, can we figure out who Mac and Tosh were? Mac and Tosh were trees, right? And then who was Billy? Billy was the boy on the bike, all right? So I'm going to close this out and I'm going to open up a different screen. So give me just a second here. So we stopped sharing that. And now I'm going to go to share a whiteboard, okay? Because the way we're going to kind of do our reading from this is all you need is a blank piece of paper, okay? And so what we're going to do with this blank piece of paper is we're going to make it into 4 sections. So I'm going to draw a line right down the center of the paper, and I want you to draw a line right down the center of the paper. Here would be a good spot if you want to pause the video, go get a piece of paper and a pencil or your favorite color marker or crayon. You know, Miss Pikes thinks you should write in pencil, but since you're at home, if you want to use a marker, you can, okay? So here would be a good point to pause and get your paper and pencil. And then when you come back, unpause and we'll get started. All right. So I drew a line down the center and I'm going to draw one more line going across like this so that we have 4 boxes, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And in this first box, I want us to focus on the title, okay? So I'm going to write the word title. And I can't underline it, so I'm just going to write it. And I want us to write a sentence there. And the sentence is going to go like this. And you're going to write the same sentence on your paper. The, right, title, and we know how to spell title because it's right here, of is one of our sight words or has been one of our sight words in the past. The title of this book is Bake Sale. And since Bake Sale is a title, we're going to capitalize it. And then I'm going to put a period at the end, okay? So you're gonna write basically the exact same sentence. What I want you paying attention to is that the beginning of my sentence has a capital T at it. The end of my sentence has a period, okay? All of our sentences will start with a capital and end with a period. So in this first box, this is where you write the title of this book is Bake Sale. Great job. Okay. Now, in the second box, I want you to write a different sentence. And you could have 2 options for this sentence. All right. The first option is going to be, I liked this book because. And tell me if you like this book and why did you like this book? Okay. I like this book because apples are my favorite. I like this book because it had talking trees, right? Any reason that you might like this book. Or guess what? Maybe you didn't like this book. And that's not a problem, okay? Sometimes we read things that don't pique our interest as much, and that's a-okay. But if you didn't like this book too much, guess what? I want you to tell me, okay? So your sentence will look like this. I did not like this book because, okay? So you're going to decide in this second box whether you like this book or not. And if you liked it, you're going to write, I liked this book because, and you tell me why. Or if you did not like it, you're going to write, I did not like this book Because, and again, you're going to tell me why. Remember that your sentences need to start with a capital and end with a period. So then we have these last two boxes down here, right? And so for the beginning of this week, every story that we read, I want us to focus on the characters, right? How do we describe the characters in our story? So this is going to have a title that's going to say characters, okay? So who are the first two characters in this story that we read, right? What can we call them? Can we say the characters are Tosh and Mac, right? Because they were what? They were the trees. How would we describe them? Give me one word to describe them. Yeah, trees, right? They were trees. What else could we use to describe them? Let's think for a minute. Were they pink? No, Miss Pikes is pink today, but the trees were not pink, right? The trees were brown, right? Were the trees really, really big, or were they really, really little? They were really, really big. So that's another great descripting word that we could use, big. Okay, so I want you to give me about 3 character traits here. So we have, or 3 descriptors of the characters for each box. So for the trees, we have that they were trees, because that's really important. We have that they were brown, and we have that they were big, right? So then let's move over to this box. And we have still more characters, or a character, right? So who was the other character in our story? The other character, sorry, Miss Pikes has to spell that right. The other character was, oh, guess what? I forgot his name. So guess what? We can go right back to the story and take a look. It was Billy. I'm sure you guys didn't forget that, but I did. So my apologies. Okay. But the other character was Billy. Okay. Hey. All right. So we've got Billy there, and we're going to put a period. Okay. Now, what words can we use to describe Billy? All right. Well, let's think about this. The first thing we thought of with Tosh and Mac were that they were trees. Well, is Billy a tree? No, Billy's not a tree. Is Billy a girl? No, Miss Pikes, Billy's not a girl. So what is Billy, or who is Billy? That's right. Billy is a boy. Okay. So then let's think, what else? What did we learn about Billy in the beginning of the story? Was Billy happy, or was Billy sad? Billy was sad. Okay. So we could put down that Billy was sad. Billy was a boy. What's something else that we could put down to describe Billy? Because remember, we want 3 things about Billy. So if we don't remember, we can go back into the story. When we're looking at Billy, what can we describe about him? Let's look at him. It looks like he kind of has brown skin. He's got brown hair. He's wearing blue pants. We can see that he's sad here because the picture tells us so. So let's pick, I'm going to pick that he has brown skin, okay? So then we have brown skin. You could pick something else, all right? Then basically, this leaves us room for you to draw your pictures once your writings are done, okay? So on this side, I'd like to see a picture of Tosh and Mac, all right? Show me the trees. And on this side, I'd like to see a picture of Billy, okay? Now, this book we kind of did together. And if this seemed a little challenging, then I want you to use the examples that I did, okay? Tomorrow, you'll work on one for yourself. If this was like so easy and you're like, Miss Pikes, I got this, Awesome. Okay. Then I want you to pick one of your own books and you're going to do the exact same thing with a piece of paper. Okay. Let me move this out of the way so you can see. You're going to put your paper into 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the very first square, you're going to tell me the title of the book. The title of this book is, can you tell me? In the next square, you're going to tell me whether you like the book or not. All right. And then in the bottom 2 squares, I want you to give 3 descriptors about the characters in the book you read. All right. Do you guys think you can do that? I know you can, all right? When you are done with your piece of paper, you have to take a picture of it. Ask mom and dad, big brother, big sister, grandma, grandpa, somebody to take a picture of it. And I want you to email it to me, okay? I'm gonna put my email right here, epikes@berkeley87.org. When you email it, I'm going to post it, all right? I want to see all of your work. You guys are doing amazing. I know you can do this, so I want to see your work. I want to see the pictures. I want to see the descriptors. Okay, boys and girls, we will have a new story later. I'm going to pause this for a moment, and then we're going to come back and do our writing. Okay, let me pause. Give me just a second. Okay, Miss Pikes is back. We are now, this portion of the video is going to work on our writing a little bit more with our journal, okay? So I'm gonna go back to the screen share and I wanna go back to the whiteboard. And I know that in the past, oh, we need to erase all of this. Clear everything. There we go. Okay. Ms. Pikes is learning Zoom, just as a lot of us are learning a lot of new things right now. Okay. So I know in the past, I've always had, or Miss Paputzis or Miss Boger, Miss James, right? We've always had your kind of journal sheet already prepared. So we're going to do it a little bit differently this time, okay? And what you need is a blank piece of paper. It can be a blank piece of paper without lines, or sorry, Miss Pikes' puppy is right here. So that's the little growling you hear in the background. It can be a blank piece of paper without lines or a piece of paper with lines. Either is fine, okay? But what I want to do is start on the beginning for you, okay? So our journal is always gonna start the same way, right? Today is Monday, March 30th, 2022. And then we have a period. Now there's a lot of things in this sentence, okay? We have 1, 2, 3 capitals. The T in today, because that's the beginning of our sentence. The M in Monday, because that's a proper noun. The M in March, because that also is a proper noun. Then we have a comma after 30, and we have a period, okay? Oh, and we need one more comma after Monday. All right. So today is Monday, March 30th, 2020, okay? Now, for some of you, I want you, when you write this sentence, you need to do it slowly. I know that you know how to write the sentence, but you need to practice your letter spacing, your letter size, and your neatness in it, okay? When we do come back to school, I want to see these, all right? Aside from the pictures that mom and dad or grandma or grandpa or big brother or big sister may be able to take, I want to see your I want to see your actual papers. So you got to hang on to these. Take your time. All right. So today is Monday, March 30th, 2020. So then we could put something like today is today is my first day back from spring break. Okay. Now there is, what am I forgetting in this sentence? Today is my first day back from spring break. What do I need at the end of my sentence? A period. Very good. There's something else too that should be capitalized. Can anyone figure out what it is? Hmm. Guess what? I'm not going to capitalize it. I want you guys to write this sentence and I want you guys to think about what's the proper noun in this sentence? What word did Miss Pikes forget to capitalize? Okay. And when you find out, send me a message in Dojo. Okay. All right. So far our journal looks like this. Today is Monday, March 30th, 2020. Today is my first day back from spring break. Okay. Then our next sentence you're going to create, okay? And I want you to tell me one thing you did over spring break, okay? So I'm going to put below what is my example, okay? So it's going to say over spring break, I made chocolate chip cookies, period. They were yummy. Right? So that's my sentence for what I did over spring break. Over spring break, I made chocolate chip cookies. They were yummy. All right. So then at the end of my paper, I will try this because it's on a computer, but we'll see how this goes. And at the end, I would draw some of my yummy chocolate chip cookies, okay? So whatever you write for your sentence about one thing you did over spring break, then I want you to do a quick picture at the bottom, all right? Do you think that's doable? I think so. All right, so as soon as you finish this, remember, take a picture and send it to me so I can post it and so I can just see exactly what you've done. All right, you could also, just have mom or dad take a picture and send it to me. All right, boys and girls, that's it for this video. So at any point, you can go back through this video, pause things so that if you need to read something that's on the screen or anything of that sort, you can pause it. There will be another video that I'll upload that will be about math for today. But this was our reading and writing video. I miss you guys very much. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye.